Hello everyone and welcome back to Broccoli Master YouTube channel. We will continue our student management system series, and in this video we will see how can we make the authentication system for the students, for the teachers and for admin. So if you have not subscribed our YouTube channel, please make sure that you have subscribed it, like the video and share the video with your friends and family who want to learn the Django from the scratch. So without wasting your time, let's begin it. So now for creating the authentication systems, let me create one app for the authentication. So I am killing my terminal here and just write here python -.py start app and let name it home auth. Okay, and after that we also need to install this home auth to our settings file. So let me install there and click here, name it as home auth. Let me save it. Now again we need to define the URLs of home auth here. So right here path and right here authentication include home auth.urls. Okay, let me save it here, and we also need to define the URLs here. So for right now I'm just copy these URLs here and pasting it there, and for it I am just removing this all things. We don't require right now. Let me save it here. So here I am again running my server python -.py run server and checking what we are requiring actually for in our models.py file. So let me open this file, and in this authentication systems we require actually our register page, and there is also login, forget password, and all this stuff is here. So let me define in our models.py file. So in this model.py file we will create first model. So in this model I am using default authentication systems of Django. So let me define it here, class, and I am taking custom user, abstract user, and there must be a username. So let me define it here. Username is equal to models.charfield and define the maximum length equal to 100, unique equal to true, so that username must be unique. And again we also need to define the email. So let me define it here. Similarly we also need to define the first name. So let's define it here, and here we will also add blank equal to true. Okay, now again define the last name, take the models dot charfield and define here max length equal to, and here we'll define 30. After that blank must be true, and again define the date join date, and again define here join date. So let me define it like this, date join equal to models dot, I will take the date field, date time field, and here it will take the auto date. So auto now date equal to true. In a similar way we also need to define if the user is authorized, then only they can get login. Okay, so let's define here. So instead of active we will write here authorized. Okay, so write authorized, there should be a false. Okay, in the similar way in our student management systems there is a 3 authentications are there, one for students and one for the admin and another for the teacher. So let me define it here. If there is a student, then we write is student equal to models dot boolean field and write here default false. Okay, let me copy this and paste it here. After that we need to also make the changes, students and one for the admin and another for the teacher. Right here teacher. Okay, so we have defined it. So now also we need to define the relation name for this creation. So let's write here groups equals to models dot many to many field, and after that here define auth dot group. In similar way, write here related name bracket name equal to true and blank equal to true. And here we also need to define user permission. So right here user permission equal to models dot, and here define the main to many field auth user auth dot permission. Okay, and related name should equal to none, and blank must be equal to true. Let me define the function now. Def string self dot, and it will return our username. So finally we have created this for our registration form, and we also need to import the abstract user. So let me import here from Django dot contrib dot auth dot models import abstract user. In a similar way, we also need to define the password reset request. Okay, so let me define it here and write class password reset request and models dot model user equal to models dot foreign key. It will take the custom user on delete equal to models dot cascade. Okay, similarly we also need to define the email is equal to models dot email field, and when the user want to reset their password, then reset is done mainly with the help of token. So we also need to define the token here. So write the token equal to models dot and store in a char field. Write maximum length equal to 32 and default equal to get random string at least 32 digit. It should not be editable, so write editable equal to false, and it must be a unique. So define it unique is equal to true. A similar way we also need to define the created date. So let me define it here. Created at equal to models dot date time field, and it will take the automatic date auto now age equal to true. Okay, in a similar way we also need to define the token validity period. So let me define it here, and this token period is valid up to the 1 hours. In a similar way we also define the validation of the tokens, and here is the password reset email, so that the user get the email in their emails, and after that when clicking this link then the password get reset there. So we have done with models.py files. Now we also need to import some of the library here. So let me import here so that it removes our this error, and here let me define everything that we require there. So these are the library, and let me save it here. Let me migrate all this file again. Python -.py make migration. After that we have seen that it automatically create our model user. So we also need to define this model in our admin.py file so that it get registered to our database. So here we need to register our model. So let me register here. So if you have not watched our previous video in which I have shown that how can I authenticate any systems with the help of Django, then you must watch that video also. On that video I have defined all the things that how can you register your admin.py files, getting the models. So I'm not going to write every code manually here. I have a code, I've just copy here and paste it there. Okay, so these are the codes, and you don't worry about these all codes. I will provide a link of this code in the description below, so you can just go there, click on that links, you can get access of every code that I have made the video on it. Okay, so let me save these all files here and make the migration again. and let migrate these all files. Python -.py migrate. Okay, I have made the spelling mistake here. Let me clear our terminal first. So I'm writing cls. After that, right here Python -.py make migration. You can write Python -.py migrate. Okay, so migrate is successfully done. Now let me check our models in our database. Python -.py run server. So let's check it here, and here let's write admin. Let me log in here. So in the home auth, we are seeing that our all the models field are available here. Okay, so finally we have done with our models. Now we also need to define all these models in our views function. So let's define in the views here. Now let's write the code for our register. So I'm writing here def sign up queue request, and if request dot method equal to post, then first name should equal to request dot post. It must be a first name here. So define here first name. Okay, so let me copy this all things and paste it there so that we can write fast the code. Okay, and here we also need to define the last name. I'm just putting this cursor here. So just I am selecting multiple cursor here, and after that we need to define here last name. In a similar way, we also need to define the email. So right here email, and also define the password. Right here password. In a similar way, we also need to define the role. Write the role here. Okay, now let me create the users of all these things. So here I'm writing create the user. Define here user.objects. Get create first name equal to last name and email. Let's do this, and after that let me define in the line wise so that you can see it very clear ways. Here let me define it equal to email. There is also a password, and there is also a role. So let me close this. In a similar way, we also need to define the condition. So if role equal to student, then user dot is student equal to true. In a similar way, if role equal to teacher, then user dot is teacher equal to true. After that, we also need to define if role equal to admin, then user dot is should be our admin. Now let me save the user here. User dot save. So here let me move to these files, and okay, we also need to define move to these all things. So while writing the code, must focus on the indents. It means that white spacing. Otherwise your code is showing error there. Okay. So after that, also write login request user. So if they register successfully, then return the message dot success, and right here request sign up successfully. Okay, otherwise it must return our index page or home page. So let me define it here index. After that, return render, and define here request So we have not, I think, put our template files. So I will put this all files in our authentication folder. So let me define it here. Authentication register.html. Now let me save it. Templates. Let me create one more folder and here write authentication. Okay, and in this we'll copy these 3 files. So I already provide the template in the description. You can just go there and download that templates and make the modification in these all things. Okay, so we have done with our registers. Now we also need to define the login page. So let me define it here. Let's create a function dev login view, write request, and again write a condition if request dot method equal to post, then email equal to request dot post, and here define the email. After that we also write the passport request dot passport and passport define here. So in the similarly way we also write the command if the user is authenticate, then send request username equal to email and passport equal to passport, and here write the condition if user is not known, then login request user, and so the message dot success request login successful. Okay, now again we also need to define the condition here. If user is admin, then it should be returned redirect to admin dashboard. In a similar way, if the user is teacher, then it should be returned redirect to teacher dashboard. In the similar way, if the user is student, then it must be redirect to dashboard of the student. Okay, so let me save it, and we also need to define if these all things are not there, then it will return this message. Okay, else message dot error, and the request should be invalid user role, and let's return this return redirect index. Let's save this all files, and here we also need to define the else condition here. Else message dot error, and it should be request invalid credential. Okay, and the page must be rendered to request authentication and login.html page. It means that this page. So we have done with the login views. We also need to define the forget password view here. So let me define it quickly. So write the code dev forget password view, and define here request if request method equal to post, then email must be request dot post, and define here email. The similar way, user should be user dot filter email equal to email, and right here first. After that, we need to define if user token equal to get random string, and it should take only 32 digit. After that, reset request equal to password reset request dot objects dot create, and define here user equal to user and email equal to email, and there should be also a token equal to token. After that, let's send the request. Reset request dot send reset email, and message dot success. Print the message here like set link sent to your email. So it will first check if the user is authenticated, then it will send the link for the reset password in their email. Otherwise it must be so the return else message request user not found, or let me define here email not found, because we are doing this with the email. So email not found, and after that return under request authentication forgot password.html. okay, let me save all these files. After that we also need to define the reset password view, okay, so that when the user click on that links, then it must be open a new page under that they can reset their own password. Okay, so let me define it here. df reset password and view. Define here request token, and here write reset request equal to password reset request objects dot filter, and take token equal to token, and first that define here if not reset request or not reset request is valid, then it must be shows the error message, message dot error, and request invalid. Let me write with a capital letter so that it will look a better. Invalid or expire reset link, and it must be redirect to our home page. Similarly, ways we also write the conditions if request dot method equal to post, then new password equal to request dot post. They define the new password, and also need to define reset request dot user dot set password new password. After that let's save this request and print the message success password reset successfully, and when the password reset is done it must be redirect to our login page, and after that it must be rendered through our request reset password.html page. Here define token. Let's save it, and finally we have done with reset password also, and let's define last the logout section. So let's define the logout function here. Def logout, write command view and request. After that logout request, and print a message dot success request you have been logged out. I return to their home page. So let's save this all stops here. Now we also need to define the router of these all things, so that when the user click on that certain page or certain link, then it must be redirected to the views functions, and with the help of this views function it take the data from our models. Okay, so let's define the URLs here. So in the URLs we will write the code from dot views import all, and define it path sign up, and right here sign up view name must be sign up. In a similar way also define the login So login and write a command login view and name equal to login. In a similar way, we also need to define the forget password route. So let's define it here. Forgot password, and right here forgot password view name equal to forgot password. In a similar way, we also need to define the reset password view, reset password, and it must be taken through their token. So let me define it here. Token is our string, so string token. Okay, so we have done with that, and reset password name here is a underscore. Okay, so after that we also need to define the path of logout. So now let me save these all files, and here we are seeing the errors. So we have missed the e here, so let me define it here again. Save this, and we have not put these files in our quotation. Now let me save it again, and it is showing again the error reset password view. So let me copy these files again and paste to their URLs so that it not create any confusion here. Again save this, it's showing the error, and here it is showing that reset password view name is called reset password in main forget password view. So actually we have defined the reset password view in our views. So let me check why it is not taking there. So let me save this all again and in the URLs. So actually I think I have made a mistake here, space error. So let me correct this file and let me save this again. Okay, so we have made the white space error. Finally we have solved this. Now we also need to make the modification in our HTML files. So I already made the modification in the register file. So in the register file you need to define all these things here, URL sign up, and you also need to add the name of name is equal to first name, name is equal to last name. So define all these names in our HTML page. What name you have put in the views section here, what you have defined here, put the same things there. And after that there is also a login section, so I have put the login URL here. So when the user is registered, then it must become in their login page, and in this login page I have put the login URL here. After that it will take the email and password from the users and forget and submit the password. After that they get login there. And if the user is forget, then I have also put the link of the forget password here. The user will click here and the forget password page will be open here. In similar ways they will again put their email detail here and get the link of the reset password. So now let me save these all things and check our server again. And here let me refresh our page, and first let me register the here authentication register. So it's showing the error register.html page. Okay, so I think I have not made the modification in our this.html page, so we also need to make the changes there. So let me make the changes on the base.html file. So in the home sections there is a base.html file, and here we will need to define the login and register views. So let me search it quickly here. It is our notification, and after that there is also use notification file, and instead of showing here logout we will write a command of, we will provide the link of our logout here. Okay, so let me make the changes here also, and in these sections there is a defining the login username here. Let's define it here, user.username. After that the authentication systems file is actually here. So let me modify these all files here. Instead of writing the login.html, we will go over the views URL here, and also need to change the register URL. So let me change it here. In a similar way, we also need to make the modifications of our forget password. So let's define it here. And let me save all these things. Okay, let's check it again, our server. Let's refresh the page, and again we are checking this. Click on the register, and finally our register page is rendering here. Okay, now let's get our username first. So I'm writing here broccoli master, and also defining broccoli@gmail.com, and let's take the password here, broccoli and broccoli. Let's register file, and it is showing the error, that multi-value dictionary error. So I think we have defined the role in our users, so actually we don't require these things. So in this role and in the views.py files, we don't need to define the role here, because we are only taking the first name, last name, email and password. So let me save this file again and check it again. Okay, let's refresh this and descend the file. Okay, again refreshing the page, and here I am defining the broccoli. Let's register this, and it's again showing the error, authentication, home auth views, line number 11. On the views.py file, in the line 11, we have defined the rule here. Let's refresh this again, and now let's check our database here. Let's refresh the page and log in again. So in the users, we are seeing that broccoli@gmail.com is successfully taken here. So when we click on the is students and click is authorized, and let's save these files, and again let's log in here. Okay, so simply I am visiting on the login section, and here write the email broccoli@gmail.com. Let's log in these files, and it is showing the invalid credential. Even though we are giving the correct emails and password, it does not taking the file there. Okay, so we also need to make them changes in our settings files. So let me define that changes there. So in our settings.py file, we need to add these two things, so that for the taking the email as a username, then we must need to define these things in our settings.py file. So let me save these all things, and let's again check the file. Again I'm resending it, and now it is showing the error, reverse for dashboard not found. Dashboard is a valid view function or pattern name. Okay, so it's not showing our dashboard sections in our home.views line 59. Okay. So I think I have not defined the dashboard in our home page. So let me check it here. In the school, in the views.py files, we have actually not defined the dashboard. So let me define it here. Def dashboard, and request return render will take the student dashboard .html, and let's pass HTML. Okay, now let's save it, and I want more features to add on that. If the user came on the websites, then it must be show first their registration page, not that showing the dashboard page, so that the user get login first, and after that, and based on their login, it will access their dashboard. If the teacher is login there, then it will access to the teacher dashboard. Similarly, if the student get login, then student can get the student dashboard there. In a similar way, it will work there. So let me define here, it must show the authentication login.html page first. Okay, so let's save these files and refresh our page again. So our CSRP validation is failed now. So now let's first refresh our page. So actually we are seeing that directly we are now set up our login page. So now login in there, and it is showing the error, no reverse match authentication login. Okay, so it's again showing the error related to the dashboard. So let me check it again. So let's refresh the page again. So I'm taking the value here again, create the forms, and it is showing the dashboard error again. So I think we have not defined the route in our dashboard sections. So let me define it here. The URLs, we also need to add the route here. So let me add the route path dashboard use dot dashboard, right name equal to dashboard. Let me save this file again and checking again. Let's refresh the page since our CSRP token is expired. So let me log in again. Okay, so finally we have seen that after login our page is directly redirect to our student dashboard page. Okay, so when the user want to log in, then they must be log out from here. This is for today, and in the next video we will see how can we deal with the reset password function. So thanks for watching the video. Keep coding and keep learning.